I have lived in 78748 for over 10 years now. And let me be honest with you, when my family first moved here, it felt far away from everything we knew in South Austin. Today, I would not trade this zip for any other in Austin. Let me show you why, and the one thing I really wish someone had told me before moving here. What's going on? I'm Brandon Holly with Holly Homes Realty here in South Austin, and I actually live in 78748. If you have already decided on South Austin but are stuck choosing where, this video is going to be for you. I'm going to walk you through what this zip really costs, which neighborhoods fit which buyer, and the trade-offs I deal with as a resident. So by the end, you know this area like you already live here. In this video, I'm going to cover three things. First, what your money actually buys in 78748 right now with actual numbers. Second, the neighborhoods I send buyers to most and who each one is going to be right for. And then third, my honest take on the two trade-offs you need to plan around, the older homes and the commute. And I will give you the honest answer most agents skip, which is that the zip codes on the listing tells you almost nothing about the school your child will actually attend. Let me set the table with where the market sits because it has shifted in your favor. As of early 26, the median sale price in 78748 is around $425. That's roughly $216 a square foot, and homes are taking about 83 days to sell. If you put that next to the city of Austin median, which is closer to $595, you start to really see the value and space in this zip code among the other core South Austin areas. Home sitting longer also means you have real negotiating room again, which you did not have a couple years ago. If you're planning a move to Central Texas, hit subscribe because every week I break down a town, a zip, or a number that actually affects your decision. And here is something a lot of buyers do not expect. Most of 78748 sits under normal Travis County and Austin ISD tax rates. Those are in the low 2% range, and a lot of these neighborhoods have no HOA at all. This is not the heavy MUD PID territory you find in the newer master plan suburbs. And I'm gonna come back to why that matters later, so stick around. So let me take you through the neighborhoods I point buyers to most because they are genuinely different from each other. Shady Hollow is the anchor. It is an established master plan area built from the late 70s into the 90s with big trees, wide streets, large lots, and neighborhood pools. It is the most in-demand part of the zip, often mid-500s and up. If you want settled and leafy with strong schools, this is going to be the spot for you. Next, we have Tanglewood Forest. It's your value tier built mostly in the 80s and 90s. You can still find homes here in the 400s with floor plans ranging from small starters to over 3,000 square feet. The Bauerle Ranch areas give you a beloved greenbelt right next door, and the estates at Bauerle Ranch is the premium pocket. It's larger lots, mid 5 to 700s, and it's tucked away with almost no through traffic. Then you have Drew Lane and Novel, which are your new construction options. You have tighter lots, but you get those modern builds. The point is your $600K budget goes a long way down here. That number moves you into the big lot, top school part of this zip, which is not true in a lot of Austin. Now let's talk about what it actually feels like to live here, because this is the part that surprised me the absolute most. When we moved in, I thought we were giving up the South Austin energy. The opposite actually happened. South Manchac has become one of the most active stretches in the area. Great restaurants and food trucks keep opening. Places like Drifters, Bolden Acres South, and Armadillo Den. You have tons of live music and a lot of places to watch sports. Daily life is easy. You have the HEB at Tanglewood Village, Whole Foods on Brody, and South Park Meadows for everything else. And the outdoor life is real. The Veloway Bike Loop, Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center, Marymore Seawright Park, and you have community pools in every neighborhood. The thing I tell everyone is that the community grew on us very fast. We came for what we could afford, and we've stayed because we genuinely love it here. There is more coming constantly, and it still feels like you are early to it. Quick question, drop it in the comments. Are schools a top 3 factor for your move? Yes or no? It changes my advice a lot. Here's the part that matters more than any countertops. Everyone assumes a zip code equals a school. In 78748, that is just not true. The estates at Bauerle Ranch and parts of Shady Hollow feed Bowie High, which is one of the strongest high schools in all of Austin ISD. But other streets in this exact same zip feed Aikens or Crockett, which test very differently. So 2 houses, same price, same zip, can hand your family 2 completely different school paths. If schools are part of your why, you do not shop the zip, you shop the boundary. Send me the address and I will pull the exact assignment before you ever write an offer. So here is how I think about whether 78748 is your spot. If you want top schools, the biggest lots, and a settled feel, look at Shady Hollow and the estates at Bauerle Ranch and budget mid 5s to 700s. That is where your money buys the most land and the best school zoning. If you want the best value entry, look at Tanglewood Forest, Sendero, or Texas Oaks, often in the 4 to 500s, but confirm the high school before you fall in love with the home. And if you specifically want to avoid HOA fees and special district taxes, this zip is going to be your best bet. A lot of these neighborhoods have neither, which keeps your monthly costs down. Just verify it on the specific home. And if you want to understand how MUD and PID taxes work elsewhere, I have a whole video so you can understand better. The one thing to watch out for, no matter what, is buying the house and inheriting a school you never checked. That is the most common regret I see here, and it is completely avoidable. Now, I want to be honest about the trade-offs because it is a real one. A lot of these homes in 78748 are older. Some of these neighborhoods were built in the 70s and 80s, and with that age comes the stuff you would expect. Foundation, roof, plumbing, older systems. That if you buy here, you want a great inspector and you want to budget to address a few things early rather than be surprised by them later. But here's the other side, and it is why so many of us stay. That age is exactly what gives you the mature tree canopy. You get these big established oaks shading the streets and the yards, the kind of thing you simply cannot buy new. For a lot of people, me included, that trade-off is definitely worth it. You take on older homes, you take care of it, and you get a setting that a brand new subdivision will not have for 30 plus years. The drive is the other honest piece. The median commute from here runs about 28 minutes on the longer side for Austin, and you will want 2 cars. You are off the worst of the Mopac and I-35 traffic, but you are car dependent. If you need to be downtown every single day and you hate driving, you might want to look closer in. And if you are remote or hybrid, this is one of the best areas in the city. If this honest take is helping, a quick like tells YouTube to show it to more people deciding on the same move. So that's 78748, the good, the bad, and the reality of living here from someone who actually calls South Austin home. If you have questions, want to start planning a move, or just need someone to point you in the right direction, I'm always happy to help. You can also grab my free Central Texas relocation guide in the description below. And now, if you're curious about what the future of South Austin looks like, go watch my video on what's coming to 78748 and 78744 by the year 2030. And if you're weighing whether to buy a new construction home or a resale home in today's market, stay tuned because next week I'm giving you an honest take on that debate. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brandon Holly with Holly Homes Realty, and I hope to see you next week.